Yeah. All right, what's up, chicken feeds? I'm Dave. This is the Pennant side. Pennant's cooler than Best Tool Sport bikes because it's young and dumb, and there's not that many subscribers, and I don't have to watch my mouth. But I'm not going to say anything that hurts anybody's feelings or is rude. What I am going to do is just tell it like it is. And like it is on these bikes is covering your ass by getting a good ground strap system. I did a video on the Best Tool Sport bikes. You can go back and watch that if you want. The Best Tool Sport bikes channel. It's about putting a better battery in the 24 bikes. Type battery case. You can't put a bigger one in it. You have to modify it. This top comes off. You have to grind out the fins on the bottom. I got a Shirai 7 amp battery in it. It's the biggest one you can get. Shirai is the only casing that actually will fit in it. Other casings are too awkward sized to fit. I had to cut this side out as well, but it all goes in there. So we got the battery aspect of it fixed because the batteries on these things suck on all the KTMs. They're really pretty not good. And the cells will crack out, they'll crap out, and then you'll get awkward voltages and so forth. And the bike will just start to run weird ghost problems, flame out, stutter, just die over or undercharge, things, blow your fuel pumps out. Not a good sitch. So let's fix that if we can. Next, we need to fix the ground strap. And here's how I do it. And let me explain to you why. If it makes sense to you, then you can do it. So the battery grounds to the frame. It's got a new big, nice frame lug. Grounds tight to the frame there. Cool, man. That's actually good. So that's grounding out like your coil and different things that would ground to the frame. Here's where the problem lies, which is the spark. So if you're banging around out there in the woods and all of a sudden you lose ground for a second, you won't get spark. And that is because the spark has to jump from your, it comes from your cap, jumps the gap in the spark plug, and then the electricity flows through the cylinder head, through the engine, and engine's an integral part now of the electrical system because of the spark plug, and then it has to flow back through the frame back to the battery. So the problem is the flowing through the frame. All these mounts on these things, a lot of times the mounts are still painted, but even if they're not, the bolts that bolt everything together, they all have Loctite on them. Ever take them apart? They're really hard to get off. They have this nasty yellow Loctite on it. Loctite's basically a glue that takes up the space between threads so the things don't come loose, but it does not promote good metal-to-metal contact. It is a anti-metal-to-metal contact thing. When you don't have that, you don't have the flow of electrons. So what we're going to do is we are going to ground the actual engine itself to the battery, and I also ground it to the coil, and I do that by using a triple thread strap here. And this part goes up to the negative of the battery. This part here, because on my new AXC, I take this spigot out. This is a competition bike now, so I don't utilize the emissions, but I have this bolt hole now, which is just a 6 millimeter by 1 thread. You can use a 10 millimeter long bolt or an 8. And I actually bolted straight to the cylinder head with this double guy, so the plug and this are right next to each other, and then I run the other one up and I come up here to one of these coil bolts. So everything is really brought together, and if this ground lug ever came loose, I'm still looking good, and that eliminates problems. So if you're shaking around there in the woods and your frames flex around and all these different things, and somehow, some way, you lose connectivity between your engine and the rest of the frame, the spark doesn't die off instantaneously, and your bike just stalls for no reason. It usually just starts right back up, but it doesn't matter. It could really cause you to eat it, honestly. It could be kind of an unsafe thing and drive you nuts. So I highly suggest doing it. Hopefully you agree. I appreciate you watching. I'm not going to flip anybody off this video. Thought about it. Next video, I probably will. That'll be fun. So thanks for watching. Have a great night, man.